The Chicago Bulls have addressed two big areas of need in free agency this offseason. In addition to bringing in the rookies Julian Phillips and Adama Sanogo, the Bulls have found a way to add and maintain depth on the roster. But will it be enough to push the needle and make the playoffs next season? Hey guys, I'm Ross. Thank you for watching this video, and if you enjoy it, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more. Let's start by recapping what the Bulls have done since free agency began. With a lack of other options available on the center market in free agency, the Bulls made the prudent move to bring back Nikola Vucevic on a 3-year, $60 million contract. I can't lie, this contract feels like an absolute bargain. I know some people have been frustrated with Vuce and didn't want to bring him back, but with the lack of alternative options available, and the very team-friendly contract he was willing to take, it was kind of a no-brainer. Vuce is also a good vet and provides consistency for a team that has lacked it for the last decade plus. Coby White. Guys, I made a video not too long ago talking about why I think Coby White is ready to take the next step in the NBA, and here he is getting a $33 million 3-year contract from the Bulls, with incentives to go up to $40 million. So I'm super happy for the guy. You guys know I've been a fan of him for a minute. I do think he is ready potentially to be a starting point guard in the NBA. He's got the shooting, he's got the playmaking. He doesn't always have the perimeter defense, but his off-ball defense is solid. And obviously we know he's a great 3-point shooter, which the Bulls absolutely need going forward. So when we talk about the point guard position for the Bulls this upcoming season, it's kind of an open battle, open competition between Coby White and the next guy we're going to talk about, who's the first free agency signing of the offseason for the Bulls, and that would be Jevon Carter. The Bulls are using part of their minimum league exception to sign Carter. Carter brings with him an impressive resume of defense and shot making. He most recently played for Milwaukee and shot 42% from 3 off 4 attempts per game last season. Carter was also instrumental in providing the Bucks defense and grit and toughness off the bench. More things that the Bulls could use as a top 10 defense that's looking to get even better. Meanwhile, the Bucks had a top 5 defense, so we can see why bringing in a guy like Jevon Carter is pretty beneficial for a team that lacked shooting and also wants to become a monster on the perimeter. You talk about Alex Caruso, Jevon Carter. It looks like the team is going to have another good season defensively. Shot making is the thing that they've lacked, so who's another free agent that the team could bring in that could provide shot making and defense off the bench? Enter Torrey Craig. Torrey Craig is a veteran in the NBA. He's been around on a few different teams. He's been in the playoffs. He's played on really great teams with really great players before. And he's another one of those guys who's a calming veteran presence who can provide defense and 3-point shooting off the bench. Craig shot 40% from 3 last season off 3 attempts per game, and his ability to generate blocks and rebounds will help the Bulls' second unit, which struggled with giving up second chance points last season. So at this point in the offseason, things are feeling pretty good. Andre Drummond opted back into his contract, so the Bulls retained their center depth for next season, and they also applied for a disabled player exception for Lonzo Ball, which means Lonzo Ball will not play this next upcoming season, which we kind of knew already, but it also gives the Bulls the ability to relieve some of his cap hit. It remains to be seen if that exception will be granted or not. Lonzo is still on the roster in the meantime. He's still under contract for 2 more years, so he's still on the team technically until they decide otherwise. So Lonzo Ball's career is kind of up in the air. We don't really know what the future for that looks like, but it does look like the Bulls will have some extra spending power should they get that exception. So stepping back a little bit, taking a look at what happened last season and planning for what's about to happen next season, we all know the Bulls' woes with 3-point shooting. In Jevon Carter and Torrey Craig, the team has acquired 2 proven shooters who are also very good defenders in their own right. The ever-coveted 3-and-D players Arturas Karnisovas has prioritized this offseason. And with bringing back Vucevic, Coby White, and Andre Drummond, the team looks poised to build off their top 10 defense and play-in appearance from last season. I don't really think this makes them a finals contender just yet, but these are smart, calculated moves by Arturas Karnisovas and Mark Eversley to make this team better. These are filling areas of need for a team that played well against good teams and was really 3 minutes away from making the playoffs. They were close. They needed just a little bit more. And Torrey Craig, Jevon Carter, bringing back Coby White, his development and growth, bringing back Andre Drummond, hopefully utilizing him a little bit better, bringing back Nikola Vucevic, who plays really, really well with players like Jevon Carter, should help a lot. And that's not even to mention yet the rookies Julian Phillips and Adama Sanogo, who I plan to cover in an upcoming video. It's now on Billy Donovan to put these players in positions to succeed. I still think the team could benefit from taking a look at a DeMar DeRozan trade for maybe some more wing depth, maybe some more off-ball shooting, but it does look like that's a conversation for another day. I don't think the team is going to be trading Zach LaVine. It probably looks like they won't be trading DeMar DeRozan, and they certainly won't be going into full rebuild mode as some people predicted earlier this offseason. I know I had my feelings and opinions on that. I know you guys certainly did too, but I will say, and I will admit, I like the way that Arturas Karnisovas has handled this offseason so far. I do think that the team has gotten better in a measurable way and should look to make the playoffs this season. That should be the goal. Not making the playoffs is totally unacceptable, and yes, then it will be time for the total rebuild. And you never know, things might be looking really good or really bad at the trade deadline, and they may look to make upgrades for a finals push, or they might finally start that rebuild that we're all kind of feeling is creeping up. Well guys, those are my thoughts on free agency in this offseason for the Bulls so far. You can stay connected with me at Shy Sports Russ on all the platforms. I really appreciate you guys watching this video. Make sure to hit like and subscribe. It really helps me and the channel. Also, I just want to mention this. I guess there's this other account on Twitter called Arturas Fan Club or something. I don't know. Seems like a weird guy. It's in my notes. I was told to mention it, so check it out. Thanks, guys. Have a good one.